Well, hello, everybody. It says that we're live, and I believe we are. So, welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to something I've been looking forward to for a long time. What I would probably say the next level of our exploring. Um, those spirits that dwell around us, talking with the planets. And I am honored and thrilled to have my co pilot with me, Mr. Patrick Garratt. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm okay, thank you, Wayne. Glad to be back.
Well, I know this. There are many, many, many people, my friend, who send warm wishes, good strength to you. They love you. And listen, you're a vital part of this community. And I think, as well as you and I have talked before, we're pioneering new ground here that I believe others will begin to take up
Our
from where.
last three episodes, 11 through to 13, they were just jumping ahead, everyone, wasn't they?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
They were.
Crazy is the word that comes into my mind, but it's not crazy. It's amazing, really. Hello, everybody, by the way.
Yeah,
Those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the crazy English guy.
No. I look at this as, this is well, every quest, every adventure has guides. And you and I just happen to be driving the bus. So the rest of you, that's all I can say.
That's a shame we don't know where it's going, Wayne.
And we don't. I don't have a map. Do you get? I don't. Do you have a map?
No, sat-nav's broken.
Oh, I love it. Let me just invoke favor upon everyone listening to us and seeing our image. And Patrick and I just invoke favor upon you. May favor grace you this day. We speak favor to our planets and to our sun as well. And we speak as well as that full restoration come to you. Nothing missing, nothing broken. So we're excited about this. Patrick, I think that the months that have ensued since the last time we did this have been, they've been life-changing for you particularly. And I just want to say this. I just have a sense that we have a strong ally on the other side of the veil. I'll just say that. And that's just how I see it. So
I hate to be rude, Wayne, but I've got to let the dog out.
Nope, that's all right. We love our puppy dogs. And I just want to welcome everyone. Thank you, all the moderators. Thank you to everyone else. Kent Nichols, good to see you, buddy. I'd like to get you on. Email me. Warrior Queen has a birthday coming up on the 22nd. And speaking of birthdays, everyone who has one today, happy birthday to you.
There's somebody got one tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, don't say anything. But awfully glad all of you are here. We look forward to this. And just to kind of let everyone get the feeling, we really don't have a format right now. So probably what I'd like to think, I don't know, Patrick, what do you think? If we find someone in the chat room who could kind of coordinate questions?
It's up to you.
Well,
Before we start, I would like to do my protection, if that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. And everyone else should. I have mine. Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to protect myself and Wayne as well. Those of you who are watching, you can join in, or you can just sit there and laugh at us. I don't mind. Here we go. Just picture a white ball of light above your head. This is a ball of pure love. Imagine the ball traveling down your body towards your feet. As it is traveling, it encompasses your body. When it reaches your feet, you are as if in a balloon. At this point, you can blow the balloon up. You can make it as big as you like. You can encompass your house. You can encompass the whole planet if you wish. You can set the thickness of the skin, and you can set the intention not to let in any negative frequency, energy, entity, or anything negative. At this point, you should feel a nice warm feeling in your heart that tells you it is set, as is mine. Thank you. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, my friend. And I want to share a sigil that David made for us, Patrick. I'm actually going to get this put on t-shirts for us. But there's the sigil, talking with the planets.
Wow, look at that.
Is that not cool?
That is far out, Wayne.
Yeah, I think it is too. So we're going to get this to where we can actually put this on t-shirts, and David gave us graciously his permission that we could use this. So thank you, sir. We appreciate that. And so in my birthday, my daughter actually, look at this, Patrick, got me a mug with the planets. Now, when you put hot liquid in there, the moons show up, their orbits, their degrees. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's amazing.
So there you go. Let's see. Angelfish says, I drew something similar to that with pink and mint colors. Well, there you go. Then that tells me, Patrick, that there's a real symmetry going on here.
That's the right one then.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do in making sure that everyone. So, Patrick, have you been following on the lessons on the sigils?
I've caught one or two. I have found it difficult to concentrate, Wayne, so I've just dipped in and out. So
well, I can understand that.
I probably am way behind all you guys, so.
No, that's all right. No.
It is what it is.
Hey, listen, it space is a matter of, spatial perception.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always say. You can't have the same people occupying the same space, or so they say. One of the things that I thought what we could do, by the way, everyone, you should have your daily affirmation. Hey, I'm putting it up here so those who see it, you can read it later, speak it out yourself, and there's my sigil. But what I was wanting to go here, Patrick, was the one here on, this is the planetary aspects by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Interesting group when they were active. I was curious, do any of these sigils to the planets mean anything to you when you look at them? Do they have any type of particular psychic draw? I'm just curious. I know for myself, Haggith is one that has always pulled me, and the moon as well.
The top row I feel something with, but the bottom row, no.
Okay, that's very interesting, because this is the moon, as everyone knows. This is Venus. And anyway, Bethor. So I found it interesting, Patrick, that in reading a lot of what I've been studying, there was a time, and I didn't realize this, that the whole Olympus era, what we call the Golden Age, was that the planets and the suns actually took on physical bodies. Have you ever heard that?
They still do, Wayne.
Ah, care to elaborate a little bit?
Well, apparently I'm a reincarnation of the sun.
I can believe that. Okay. Which is, what is the signal of the sun? Give me a second, folks. He's running as fast as he can. It's like, here we are.
You're a fast reader, Wayne.
Yeah. I took that Evelyn Wood speed reading class. So I found the sun in all of its names. This helps me get a connection when we start talking with the sun. It helps put into my perspective how I can see these these majestic spirits in what I would call a personification of physical form. Ra, the great one, self-generator, the old one, creator of the breath of life, the exalted power, father of the gods, lord of the light, divine love, radiant of face, wings of splendor, the disk, he who advances, the strong youth, lord of bright beings. I love that one. The lord of bright beings. The enthroned one, the king of heaven, governor of the world, visible dispenser of light to the earth, lord of the city of the sun, indweller the lofty shine of truth, the beautiful God, he whose heart has rejoiced at the winds, golden glory of the day. Those are some pretty powerful names.
Certainly are.
So I just thought that, we keep this in mind. And so
what about, just off the top of my head, what about asking the sun what he thinks about those names?
Oh, I'd love that. Well, let's do that. I think, yeah. How do you would like to start? Because
if like we did before, Wayne,
Okay.
you do the question and I see
All
what
right.
comes through.
Well, give me a second here to.
Can we just tell everybody, I do not know any questions in advance. I do not know what's going to come through. We have to be careful with the sun because he does like telling us off.
Found that out. I don't know if anyone you go back and listen to the episodes, chastisement seems to be something that either you have a strong self-image of yourself or you don't go in front of these characters. I mean, they'll put you in your place. Well, give me a second just to get my mental focus in there. Yeah. And so just takes me a little bit. Okay, yeah. May we speak to the energy called the sun?
Yes. Hello, Wayne.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Long time no speak.
Yes, sir. It certainly has been. And we have missed you. And I have been watching you every day. It seems like you're awakening from a slumber. Is that true?
My energy is changing. That is correct.
That's what I thought. It's almost, son, as though we can sense a change in the energy that you're sending out, at least for myself, and I know there's others. So I just would like to acknowledge it and to say thank you.
Changes are about to happen to the human population. The change in my energy and what I transmit to you is part of that change.
Thank you. I would like to have more discussions about that. Son, we have been reading our ancestors who had a host of names for you. How do you feel about those names? Are those names today acceptable to you, and have they been acceptable to you?
Over the centuries, I have been called many things. Most of these names and identities are merely symbolic. They may identify some of my characteristics, but they are not my name. As mentioned before, we have no names, we only have frequency.
Thank you for reminding us of that. And even for myself, that the frequency drives everything. And that is something that we learned the first time we were talking.
Frequency is everything.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. So son, that's the name that we'll use. I like Saul. I think that's a cool name. But um, do you take physical form amongst particularly the life forms here on this planet?
That has always been the case with myself and my children, all the other planets, and even some moons incarnate into human form.
I see that. I just got an image of I Patrick, I'll just tell you this. I just got this image of the only thing I know is that what I saw was like energy that literally transmutes itself into physical matter. Wow. I may have broken the stream there, but it hit me so hard when you said that. That is exactly what I saw.
The energy, I'm still feeling the energy of that answer right here. Very powerful.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
my witness of it, I suppose.
did anyone else? I'm looking in the chat room.
Very strong.
That was extreme. I wasn't in my body. I mean, I literally was what, and I'm going to describe it again. It's energy. It was amazing, and I wouldn't say it was a veil, but it was something as that passed through. It suddenly materialized into physical form. That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm. A transmutation of sorts.
Wow. Okay, now this is.
We're off, Wayne.
We are. Oh my.
I'd like to know what people think about that.
I'm looking here.
Did anybody else feel the energy?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Did anyone sense that energy when Patrick was talking? Peter West is saying it was engulfing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have come to understand, believe, whatever way you want to say it, that when I get responses from whomever I'm connecting with, it's not necessarily what is being said, it is what is being felt.
Mm. That makes more sense to me because intent is greater than. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the intent behind the message. This is Copper, K-double-P-A.
Hi, Copper.
2 years old.
Oh, it's a pretty boy. How are
They're
you?
looking for a new home, Wayne, if you want them.
Over the ocean would be a little tramp, and
Yeah.
Dancer would probably say, "What?" This was.
Cover.
I love this. Franny said, "Felt like a true light, not artificial." I would agree with that. Angel is saying, "Very intense." Yeah. So something. The connections are getting stronger, Patrick. I am so glad. It's almost like we are picking up. In a sense, the journey has been continuing. We're just stepping back in as wherever that journey has already taken us.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That was far out. So I just want to review several things. The sun has told us that there are changes coming. We know next week, I guess it's Saturday, or is it Friday, is the summer solstice. Is that right?
21st, isn't it?
I think it is the 21st. So that would be Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, Patrick. My wife has noticed it in me particularly, but it's just like there is this energy. It's
palpable.
It's far out. It's not, I don't know. Now I'll admit to this. I mean, there's times when I'm just walking and I'll start kind of dancing, it's an invigorating feeling. All right, folks. Anyone, let's see. Ellen says eclipse in South America. Okay. Yeah. So lots of energy going on in here. Colorful energies, Angelfish says. naked witches jumping around bonfires.
Wouldn't go that far.
Gary, I love you, man.
That's got to be Gary Baxter. Yeah.
It's Gary Baxter. You gotta love it. And look at here, Julie from Queensland is joining us. I know it must be what, 3 o'clock in the morning there. So welcome. Al would like to say, can we talk to the moon? Well, certainly we can. What would you like us to ask the moon, Al? I'll let the thing. Julianne Payne says she's dancing in. Folks, Julie is, I'm going to try to get her on here. She is a powerful, I don't know what the right word is. She's a very wise woman. I'll put it that way. But I'm waiting for the question to come up here. So we're doing the Jeopardy thing. Al, you asked to speak. So come on, Al. The moon was very bright last night. Yes, it was.
It was very bright. Yeah.
Yeah. Would like to speak to Venus and Jupiter. Well, everyone we can, just send us your questions.
We need a question.
Yeah.
They don't like just being asked, do you have a message for me? They do not like that.
No, they don't. They want
they do not like repeated questions either.
All right. You know what? I'll ask the first question of the moon.
Sure. Our moon, yes?
Yes. Our moon. May we speak to the moon, the frequency called the moon?
Yes.
How are you?
I am okay, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Seems to be a lot of changes taking place on your surface.
The moon you see in the sky is fake. I am further out. I am dark in nature.
I've heard of you. So what are we seeing that illuminates our skies?
You are seeing a projected image.
Interesting. We would call it a hologram. Is that what we're in essence seeing?
You all, including myself, are within an holographic universe.
Yes, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Our scientists have discovered a very large amount of metal on the southern poles of what we see. Is there any substances that, because we're actually detecting that, is that from you, or what are we seeing, or what are we detecting?
The technology used to show these projections do mirror my characteristics. However, they are trying to use this technology as a control function.
We're seeing what appears to be light being emitted from the surface of what we're seeing. Can you tell us what we're witnessing? Or it seems that there is something changing about the image that we're seeing.
They are having problems keeping the image stable. My energies are changing, and this change can be detected on Earth. They have to simulate the image to correspond with those changes. They do not always get it correct.
A question I have for you, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. There has been the detection of what looks to be a very large craft, is the best word that we could have. Are there crashed crafts on your surface that others have, what we would call from another species?
Yes, that is correct. Many such craft, many different species have been here over the what you would call time.
I thought, yeah, okay. I'm hearing, and thank you. They're harvesting something off of you, aren't they?
It's all to do with energy, Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Moon. We appreciate this.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Wow. I'm going to say that a lot.
That's interesting, because what I wasn't asking, but what we now know is going on, there is, and it's coming out, that there is apparently a newly discovered energy source that, I don't know, makes you think. Darth Raven, I was playing with the rods during the last stand, and what frequency was sending the ringing? Well, we know that many of them are sending out frequencies. I know that virtually every one of the planets, since you and I last got together, Patrick, are all showing signs of whether what we call the Schumann resonance here on Earth, but they're all exhibiting change.
Change.
Yeah. Let's just stop and talk about this, because this is something I don't know how to address to the planets or to the moon itself, but I get this sense we're hurtling through space. I don't believe that we stay stationary. I contend that there are regions of space that have a unique radiation to them. And I think it affects all life, all life. And I think, good. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't know. It seems as though, and I remember someone a number of years ago, Patrick, kept saying that we were about to enter into a region of space where we would begin to see and feel the change.
Well, we've been told that we're entering into an area of space we haven't done before. I don't know whether it was on Talking with the Planets or some of my other shows, but we've been told that we're traveling across the galaxy towards the center.
Wow, that brings up a real good point, because in the transcripts, as I was reading last night, there was and I believe it was Uranus that was the one who was kind of telling us that, hey, folks, there's something coming in you need to be sensing about.
Yeah, because he's far enough out to see it.
Yeah.
Feel it.
Yeah. There's a lot now. The questions are flying so fast I can't read. Sorry, folks. I'm going, what? Maybe let's just say I'd like to find out about our outer giants. I mean, I've been thinking more and more about this. Saturn, I got to tell you, there's something about Saturn that still mystifies me.
From what I understand, Saturn used to be a sun. Came in because we exchange planets all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If they get too boisterous, I'll put them up. So we lose planets, we gain planets. They change. Saturn was a sun, is not now. It's developed rings. Those rings are being used by the Elohim to control us. Jupiter is ascending to become a sun. Then we could have a split. We could have two solar systems, or we could have a binary system. Who knows?
So we now know with Cassini that we're now finding out that the rings do sing.
Yes.
Yeah.
At different frequencies.
This is very interesting because I think it has, again, a profound effect upon us here. And I think that an intelligence greater than our own could easily manipulate the energy and the frequency of a planet.
Yes. Yes. There are, especially alien species or interdimensional species, that have technology that can control this holographic universe that we're in.
Someone said right, and I think it was one of our last shows, that they felt that we had gotten the attention of some of these species.
It's almost as though we're in a big D-wave computer, Wayne, being assimilated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, Caroline. Hi, Caroline. All of that is Patrick is saying is on. Okay, Talking with the Planets, episode 13. There we go. I kind of like to just maybe talk to those fellas out there. And maybe I have to say, I didn't sense any one of them actually being more of the feminine nature. Did you?
No, just settle the dogs down, Wayne.
Okay.
Distracting me, then I'll be back. They're a bit boisterous. They're
Mark
missing
Duke.
missing mummy and Gigantia.
Well,
over here. Come on, have a treat. Have a treat.
They're feeling the energy, folks. How can you not?
Boys.
Well, Wendy, they are for adoption. So if you are serious, talk to Patrick. He will let us know that. Let's see. Flat Earth Podcast says there are no aliens, just extraterrestrials. Extra terra, extra land. They come from here. Well,
sorry about that.
No, that's completely understandable.
Boys will be boys.
Hey, that was said about me so many times. That's all I can say. It happens. Wow, this is so interesting. Well, let's proceed out. I think we just ought to say hello. I mean, back in the day when you would move into a new neighborhood here in the States, Patrick, they had this, it was like a local nonprofit help, they've had a called Welcome Wagon.
All right.
And yeah, so, I think that we ought to just go back and kind of knock on the door and say, hello, how are you guys doing? And let's see what's happening.
Sure. Go for it.
All right. I've had a strong sense about Jupiter. So let's see if we can talk to the frequency called Jupiter. Are you there?
Yes. Hello, Wayne.
How are you, my friend?
I am doing very well, thank you.
I see changes are still dramatically taking place on your surface.
These changes are ongoing. I believe I've mentioned that before.
You have, sir. And I was curious. There seems to be a change in what we call the Great Red Eye Storm. It's going away. Is this part of this change that you're talking about?
Yes, the effect that is happening is due to the acceleration of the solar system in a forward direction.
Now, thank you for bringing that up. So it has been said that we're sensing, so we are actually speeding up.
Correct.
Are we being drawn towards something, or is just this the natural course of our solar system?
It is connected to the what you would call centrifugal force of the galaxy.
So, Jupiter, can you maybe help shed some light? There is great controversy on with humans that there are some that are saying that we seem to be heading towards the center of the Milky Way. And there are others that are saying that we're actually out further away. Which one is it?
At this moment in time, we are heading towards the center. It is possible that this could change. It is an unknown.
Jupiter, I just saw something. So
there are other objects being drawn into this region of space, this galaxy. There are objects leaving our galaxy. It all has an influence on us.
Is this the result of the collision that took place between the galaxy that whatever we're involved in here? Are we still feeling the effects of that?
It's still ongoing. It has not completed yet.
Thank you. It's still ongoing. Thank you. I
believe you knew that, Wayne.
Yeah, I've been criticized for that, but that's what I keep seeing. So thank you, Jupiter. Big hug to you. And I mean that when I project that out. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
It is an interesting time. It is a worrying time. The planets are concerned, especially there is an unknown about where we are going. Should we eventually reach the galactic center, what happens then? There are many debris fields that we have to cross through. That will be a difficult transition.
I see that, sir. Wow.
Part of my job is to attract such debris away from the Earth. It is my job to absorb it.
You're a sentinel, aren't you?
I'm a guardian.
A guardian, yes. Yes. Well, it's an honor to be in your presence. My lifetime of living on this planet, you have protected this planet several times that I know of in my lifetime, and I just want to say thank you on behalf of humanity.
You're very welcome. It is a privilege.
Well, thank you, Jupiter. Thank you. Wow. Oh,
we always get extra, don't we, Wayne?
Yes, we do. Now, the thing that it kept getting to me is there a supernova headed this way? Al, it's interesting that you're saying that, because when you spoke that, Patrick, what I saw were like, we would call them dust bunnies, they hide underneath the bed. And it's like when the motion that we're apparently being propelled by, you begin to pull those in.
Yeah.
That's what I was seeing.
Attraction.
I don't know what that means ahead of us, folks, but it would appear that something is afoot. And I'm going back, and Caroline, you could probably, and I know Lee would probably as well, is that who was it that kept warning us about, I can't remember, was it Pluto, or one of them kept telling us?
Neptune or Pluto, one of those.
One of the two, yeah.
One of those two were very concerned about what they sensed or could see coming, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to go through the transcripts.
Wow, I think somebody wants your dogs, Patrick.
Are they in England?
Well, that's what I'm telling them. Wendy Johnson, who's in the chat room, is, so that's what I'm seeing. Turn left and we're going to crash. Well, Peter, we don't want any crashing going on here. This is like, no. But wow, that was so interesting. I'm still replaying that conversation. These had to be magnificent creatures. I call them creatures because that's what we are. I mean, to an alien, extraterrestrial, wherever, we would be a creature in our own right.
It's life, isn't it? We're
It
life,
is life.
their life.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Wow. I'm telling you, I'm having dreams. I had one last night. There was a time that these beings actually dwelled here. They found it to be very pleasant here. I just don't know what happened to get them removed.
If they've gone.
And why? I like how you say that I think that they still manifest themselves, just not as how we perceived them to be at the time, gods.
I think they would call themselves something different to gods.
I think they would too.
Yeah, we're limited by our understanding, and religion over the centuries has distorted many things. I mean, they've taken the feminine out of the Bible. What else have they done? You know?
Yes. 7P, I like what you said. For the moon, when performing magic, for the moon, where should we look or send our focus?
Question to ask.
Yeah, all right. May we speak to you, the moon frequency again?
I'm still here, Wayne.
Thank you. We practice magic here. We know that you have a very strong energy force. We can actually feel it. The question has been that in performing magic, where we actually are tapping into your energy, where should we look or where should we send our focus where you are concerned?
As far as magic is concerned, there is not dark magic, there is not light magic, there is only magic. Magic is a frequency like everything else, and can be used for good or for bad. To connect with my frequency, you do not have to see me, you have to focus on me. You have to have the right intention, and you have to have the right belief, and we will connect. You will not doubt that the connection is me. You will know.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, moon frequency. Thank you. All right. So this is what I saw.
I'm starting to get images now.
I am too. All right. Tell me what you saw, because I saw mine.
Well, I saw, because when I think of the moon, I don't think of the white thing in the sky. I think of a dark thing in the distance. Right?
This is blowing my freaking mind.
And the influence it has over us is very, very strong. And I believe it's getting stronger. And I felt that influence wrapping itself around the whole planet.
So
that's crazy, isn't it?
No, because this is probably going to really take you back. So while you were talking, when I was meditating on this, what I saw was a dark object, but what was coming off of it were silver illuminating rays.
It may be dark, but it's not dark in focus, in energy, in frequency, in intent, in purpose. It's only dark because it's not emitting light. It doesn't have light on it. It's too far out.
That is so freaking, that's what I saw. And it was quite amazing because you could see the rays emanating from this object. It was dark, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. How far out is that? And
good to be back, Wayne.
So I've been practicing meditating in lucid dreaming.
Okay.
And one of the things that I keep being pulled to is that these planets, they emit, their own energy, their own frequency. We're impacted by it. We share it.
Mm-hmm. We absorb
And
it.
yes, yes. And so I'll tell you, with the moon, what I got was this picture of sitting at a round table and being instructed by what we would call this energy called the moon.
I can see that. I can feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like being in a classroom, Wayne.
Yes, exactly what that's, and that is what and folks, I think as we, Truth Seeker, has Wayne ever mentioned the Black Moon Lilith before? I have not. But that is very interesting because I think that that's exactly what the moon was saying to us.
We were talking earlier about the planets incarnating into some of us. Lilith does the same.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, since we brought out Lilith at the beginning of this year, Lilith is everywhere.
Isn't she just?
And all of you just who have been looking for t-shirts, Amazon now, because of demand, now you can go and just simply type in t-shirt, Lilith, and Patrick, you can now buy her sigil readily now.
Wow.
Maybe we are entering in. My wife and I was talking about this over the weekend. The Lord of the Rings was on.
Mm-hmm.
And I particularly like that trilogy and The Hobbit. I'm convinced that
a lot of truth in that, Wayne.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad that, I'll be 64 tomorrow, but I firmly believe that we were in a region of space where there was a time where man walked with the other species.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't the same Earth that we're on here today. I'm convinced of that, Patrick. I don't know what happened to that Earth, but I mean, physically, it may have some of the same spots, but why? I can't.
Why don't you ask her?
Let's do this. All right. May we speak to the frequency called Earth.
Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Mother. How are you?
I am doing very well. There are changes continuing, but I am managing them okay at the moment.
Well, we love you, missed you. I have a question for you. We were just talking that, was there a time of what we would call a period called Middle Earth when there were many other intelligences walking this planet?
There have been many civilizations upon my surface, and indeed within. These have changed over the eons of what you would call time. Some of these civilizations have ascended. For example, the Atlanteans have ascended. The Mayans have ascended. There are others that went completely the wrong way, and I triggered a reset and they were wiped out and replaced. Your future is in balance at the moment. You could go either way.
Well, I sense that. I sense in many ways, Earth, that we almost are approaching where we have been before, another crossroads.
There is what you would call a tipping point approaching. It will tip one way or the other.
Mother Earth, while we have you here, and there's just an overwhelming love that I sense emanating from you, your magnetic poles are wandering. Is this more sign that we are actually in the middle of a pole reversal?
I believe I have mentioned this before. The north and south poles are attracted to each other and they will meet at the equator. This will not be very pleasant for you on the surface.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Earth, there is some that are saying that you are beginning to cool. Is this true?
There is that effect being felt, but it's primarily because I am expanding. So the surface is getting further away from what lies beneath. There are many changes about both energetically and physically.
I have another question, Earth, and maybe I don't know if we're equipped to understand that, but our scientists have noticed that you are now beginning to emit cosmic rays. This is something I don't understand. How does that happen?
It is all part of who and what we are as planets, our makeup. We are designed for this to happen. It is, as I believe I have said before, an ongoing process. Change is permanent. Change happens all the time. Nothing stays the same.
Earth, as you were talking, I saw an envelope around you that is morphing. I don't even know if that's the right word, but that's the mental image I got from you.
The changes in the magnetic poles are affecting the energetic signature that I have.
That's thank you. Thank you, Earth. We just send our love to you. We love you. We just wanted to let you know that.
I feel the love and I reciprocate.
Thank you.
Do not live in fear.
We shall not. We shall not. Wow. Okay, that is, again, this is very interesting. Oddly enough, they are actually meeting at the equator. It's some of the things we're observing. We know that magnetic south is now hell bent at heading to the equator down around the Indonesia.
Really?
And
wow.
Yep, it is. And the north magnetic pole position has gotten moving so fast that even our government agencies here can no longer give proper projections as to where it's going.
I saw a news article, I can't remember where it was, but they have on airports, on the runways, they have the bearings in numbers on the actual runway. They're having to change those because they're altering.
In one airport, I think it was in Tampa, they were seeing 6 degrees off.
Really? That's a lot.
You don't want to be sick. That'd be like you and I going, Patrick, the road's here. It's not here anymore. That's when you're going to say, yeah, it's because it's 6 degrees over there.
Wow. So if I went to Scotland and I was 6 degrees off, I'd be in the North Sea.
You would be. It would be a hell of a dunk. Wow.
Headlights.
Okay. Yeah, Al, I'm seeing your questions here as well. We're just running out of time on holy
wow.
cow.
Dear, oh dear.
Well, there's things I want to ask about Antarctica. I'm going to have to go back that what the Earth just said about the cosmic rays being emanating, it was profound in the aspect that she said, this is what we do. This is what planets do.
Yeah. It's not new.
Yeah. I mean, we just haven't discovered it yet.
or we have, and it's all been forgotten.
True, very true. Patrick, I'm telling you, these sessions just absolutely are stunning. The debris field, I can't get that out of my head now. I mean,
I keep seeing that, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jupiter is aware of that.
And why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Okay. and Elaine, you're right. Don't let fear control you. Listen.
No, nothing to be afraid of.
The thing is, we're on this ride. It's, I enjoy riding roller coasters. I just.
Me too.
Yeah. And so when we get on them, we know you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs.
Mm-hmm.
And in these days, you also have all your turnarounds. I don't know. Maybe I'm a romantic, Patrick, but I kind of like the old wooden type roller coasters.
The ones that chuck you about a bit.
Yeah. The ones that you have to go to the chiropractor and get yourself realigned again.
Yeah.
The new ones out, I didn't sign up to be a test pilot. I told a person because they wanted, they invite us out, and I said, no, I said that the roller coasters today, I said, again, that's what I said. I didn't sign up to be a test pilot. I like the movements and anyway. Well, Mr. Patrick, an hour has come and gone.
That is crazy.
Didn't feel it, did it? No, it did not.
No.
Wow. Please, Earth, send me now, come on, Chris. Chris, I'll tell you what, if you want one, I happen to know Lilith personally, and she'll be more than happy to accommodate you. How serious are you?
Be careful what you ask for. Be
very careful, Chris. Don't. In here, I have never seen you before, and I'll just tell you, Chris, we don't play games like that. These spirits are real, and succubuses do exist. And
don't invite one in, whatever you do.
You would not like the feeling, trust me. All right, so Patrick, you look so good, my friend.
Thank you.
I have deep love and respect for you. You are a brother from another mother, no doubt about it. And thank you, Ellen. Thank you. She's wishing happy birthday. Thank you, Truth in Me. Thank you. We got some of the best people here, Patrick. They love you. You know that.
I know. I can feel it.
We all know that the journey was very difficult. But I got to tell you, I just sense that Angie is still with us. Thank you, James.
Well, I'm in connection with Angie. We're talking. So
now you have a channel. Is it Talking with Angie?
No, the channel is called the Garratt's Legacy.
Garratt Legacy. Please send me that. So
Garratt''S Legacy. If you just Google that, I shall come up. And where I used to do a program called Ask Patrick, I now do a program called Ask Angie. And I do not connect with, like I was just connecting with the planets and the sun. I don't do the whole connection. I just connect with Angie, and she connects with all the others, and that protects me.
Yeah. How is she, by the way?
She's having a whale of a time.
Yes, really?
Yeah.
I want to get Brian on here and maybe have you and Brian come on together. Brian's mother just recently passed over, and I was listening to him over on Milky Way Messenger's channel. It was quite beautiful. Yes, the separation is never enjoyable, but Patrick, there seems to be a stronger connection with the other side.
I started doing what I do because of knowing what was going to happen to Angie. Angie first got cancer 20 years ago, and they gave her a 75% chance of surviving 5 years, and she survived 20. So I knew I was going to lose her at some point. I wanted to talk with her and receive a response afterwards. So I started playing around with the rods. That moved on to the pendulum. Then you and Jeffrey started talking with the planets, and the rest is history. And I am now in connection with Angie after the event.
And I absolutely believe that. I know it to be true. And I'm excited. Like I said,
and that's why I set up the YouTube channel to document my progress. Because when I first started, it was very slow. It was very laborious. But when you put the words together into a sentence, what was coming through, and that Mars video I did and sent to you, that touched me so deeply. That one.
Yeah. We're going to pick up. I believe that we're entering in a new phase. I think we've, in one way, with Angie's passing, we're all going to be there. But I got to tell you, I watched the video that you did, you made with her, with the Righteous Brothers. And I'm just telling you, there's just a sense of love that is ever present. You know?
Yeah.
And
we were married 43 years. We never had an argument.
You see? That's what I'm talking about. And I've talked with others who've lost loved ones, and there was a profound sense of grief. But Patrick, I never sensed that with you, never sensed it with her either.
I am fortunate. It's very quiet here. The silence is deafening. It isn't easy to adjust, but I am still in communication with her. So I am in a more fortunate position than most people.
Yeah.
You know?
It can be an aid to you.
Yeah.
Trust me. It can be. And I know the yeah.
It's only been 6 weeks.
I know. And, you know, this is where we have to look at life. You know, when I look at my wife, Lynn, we both know that that day will come.
One of you will be left behind at some point. Yeah.
And we're much like you and Angie. We're saying, all right, so what can we say to each other? What can we do? What small thing can be done? And so what we're learning to do is, and you and Angie, and most couples who are truly united together, it's that mental telepathy. It's being able to communicate without words.
Yes.
As I told Lynn, I said, honey, anything happens, I said, that is how it's done. It's going to have to be focused in on me or vice versa.
And Angie and I had many conversations about what would happen and our intention, and that was why we're successful.
Yeah. So
we planned for this.
Stellar Court, that's a great word, bonded. Thank you.
Bonded, I agree with that.
Hey, Ruth, how are you doing? Ruth, I want to get you back on. So many good people here. Patrick, it's just, this is a family, no doubt about it.
Anyone want to contact me, just go onto YouTube, type in the Garratt's Legacy. And if you go on that channel, if you go in the About part of it, you'll see a VU email button. You click that, then you have to prove you're not a robot. Then the email will come up, and that'll be that.
Cool. All right, my friend, next Tuesday?
Sure, be good.
Okay. Send the questions, and if you'll send them to us ahead of time, we'll have them like we used to. And folks, you know, Patrick, there at the end, we were getting pages. I had 8 pages of freaking questions. You know? All right, good, Caroline. You know, Caroline is just so sharp. She's put up the link. So
thank you, Caroline.
She's a darling, and we love her, and we love all the rest of you folks as well. Thank you for joining us. This has been a privilege, and next Tuesday, right?
Same time, same place, same channel.
That's what we'll be right here. We love you, folks. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. My love to you. Thank you. I'll be on tomorrow on my birthday, so we'll have fun. Patrick, stay with me as we get off the air.
Okay.
Folks, be good to yourself. We love you. We will see you again real soon. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Got to let him say goodbye, too.